Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial, I will show you how to import your custom brush in Blender and use it for painting. If you are new here, make sure to like and subscribe for more Blender tutorials. I already covered 3D modeling in a separate course, which is available on this channel. Next time, I will be creating a step-by-step tutorial on how to hand paint these very interesting piece of pizza using the occupant-free add-on in Blender. But today, let's focus on importing and using a custom brush for painting. This is the model that I created already. And you can see these very interesting brush stroke, which I painted. So I like to import this kind of brush and we'll use it. So this one is without these details, and this one is much more interesting. So let's select a piece of this pizza or this cheese and we move it out of the box. And as you can see, this includes the texture. If I just click here, we can remove this texture. And now it's totally without any texture. If I just enter tab, you will see that I already added some markings around it in order to UV unwrap it correctly. If I just go to UV editing, and I choose it once again, you will see it is UV unwrapped perfectly. I will cover each of these steps in my next tutorial, inshallah. Okay, so for starting, we can actually switch to texture paint, and I press N, and we have the occupant. You can install it. Let's go to the edit preferences, and in the add-on tab you can search for occupant. You can install it. Once it's uninstalled, it will be like this. So you just need to click on install and install the occupant, and then once you select your object, you will see it. Okay, so let's switch to texture paint first. And now I've got this very interesting brush. So we can't actually paint because it is a missing material, so we have to create a material. So first, I like to import my brushes, and if you wonder about the categories, it is very simple. So for that, I like to right click on one of these brushes that I have. You can even right click on one of these, which comes with Blender. For example, say this one. All these is the same, but I prefer to create the collection right here. So we can right click and duplicate the assets, and we can name it to, for example, 00 brush dots. And then in here you will see that I've already has assigned these instead of user library to brush paint, and I will teach you how you can create another library. And in the category, you can choose a category or you can create a category. So let's currently choose this one and we save it. Now we will see that we have two kind of copy variation of the same brush. I like to change this one, the image preview, edit image preview, and the brush, because if I just click on it and then we move to the tools, you will see in the texture paint we have nothing. So let's remove everything, and we don't need the texture, we just need the texture mask. So we click on it and we can rename it to, for example, 00 brush dots, as I named that. And then we click on these tab, then from here we move to the texture. In the texture, we actually open up the image, I believe, and then in the setting, and we can click on these open, and let's copy and paste because I have these brushes created, and then I will paste the direction, the location of these. So let's scroll down. I like to choose one of these, for example, paints, for example, these paint dots, and let's open it up. As soon as I open it up, we can actually click the preview and we'll see it is loaded up here. So let's go to tools again, and it is imported in these brush presets. So for this setting, we like to set it to V-plane and make sure to turn on the random. So another thing is, which is important, is the image preview. So we right click on it and we click on edit preview image, and then we again open up the directory of these and we select the same material, and you will see it is updated. Now we know that what is what here. So this brush is completely changed, even the preview of this. Now let's open up this object. We can name it to piece of pizza, and then we click on material, new material. We can name it to pizza. It's not necessary. And then quick occupant node setup. So we have different type of channels. I like to use emission. If you just choose the principal, we will see all of these channels, but I like to just use a single emission and then hit OK. If I just go to shading, you will see that we have just connected to this emission. Let's go back to layout. Want to become a pro in digital painting? If you're serious about mastering hand-painted textures and digital art in Blender, I have over 50 hours premium courses designed to take you from beginner to pro. Join now and bring your 3D models to life. Now let's continue with the rest of the tutorial. So these are the channels, and we added a color, a base color. We can change the base color to a yellowish. And then we have the layers. As you know, in Blender we couldn't had this layer stack like Photoshop, Krita, and like other software, 2D software. But now with the help of these free add-on occupants, we can stack layers. So let's go and click on this plus, and we want to assign a new image. We can name it to, either automatically will name it to pizza, and then we want to use 2K or 4K. Let's try with 2K. Depends on your computer graphic card. Okay, so this is about it. And if I just draw with this, you will see that we can, very interesting, we can actually draw on it. So let's turn off all the overlays. We can press F to play around with the actually size of the radius, and you can see if I just paint, because we set it to random, the view plane to the random, it is painting by random. Now we can combine these with different things, such as this one. In order, if you're interested to use one of these, so if you're interested to using these brushes, I like to share it with you. You just need to take a screenshot of this and just use it. So this one, and then we have another one, which is this guy, and this one, the third. Soon I will create my own website and I will share all of these things with you, even the project file, for free. So this is how we can actually import our brushes, and now we have these brushes but by just using texture mask. Later I will go further to use the texture, different variation of the textures, and of course you can go and use different color palette, or let's just open up the color picker and we can try different colors. And if you have a graphic tablet, it is even easier, but I like to just tab once and it will assign it to different parts. So this is how you can import your custom brushes in Blender 4.3. And you can create the category. So the categories and the library, you will find it in the edit preferences. and in the file path. You can see that this is the default user library of the assets library, and I created the second one, which will appear in the brush paint. Which will appear in these all libraries. You will see user library and my paint brush, which is a new added. And of course you can create as many you want, and what you need to do is just copy and paste the location that you want to save these assets. That's about it. Hope you learned something out of it. And if you do that, make sure to like and subscribe and watch my other contents published on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much and see you in the next.